This Sunday. Every Sunday. Side by side at the microphone, from the green light to the speed trap, Chris Switzer and Ray Carino calls them as they sees them, and you better believe them. Here! Relevant news, biased opinions, and outright bullshit regarding every aspect of automotive culture. Gasp at mechanical trickery never before revealed over FCC-regulated airwaves. Thrill to the explosive tension as Chris and Ray cuss each other down the track and barrel roll across the finish line, laughing at certain disaster as they shake hands for the devil. All that and much more this Sunday at high noon on the Motormouth Radio Hour. Call in and speak live with the Wizards of Speed and live feed, Chris Switzer and Ray Carino. Bring the whole family. Kids under 12 get in free. Every Sunday at noon on WHPC. Take the Long Island Expressway to the Meadowbrook Parkway and look for the sign saying no parking on the expressway and no express service on the parkway. Go right on Highway 24 to Garden City. $2 all-day parking includes pit pass. Sunday!
I gotta knock a second off to get a good run. 1 grand, 2 grand RPM. If I keep breaking loose on the line, then I'm done. 3 grand, 4 grand RPM.
All right, I think we passed 3 and 4 grand. I think we're hitting about 7,500 right now. We're banging off the red line. This is Motormouth Radio, Long Island's only automotive talk show, with your hosts, Ray Guarino and Chris Switzer. Chris, how are you today?
Yeah, banging off the 7,000 RPM red line right about now.
Bending that needle right to the limit. Yes, we are. And,
Sure are.
And
Sure are.
Yes. So we're back again, as promised or as threatened. You know, we always we tell people we'll be back next week. Oh yeah, sure you will.
Yeah, right. It's not some obscure gardening show in our place yet.
Right. And I do see that our guest is in early. I see we have Mr. Evan Steger from Time to Shine. Evan, I see you're, I don't know if you can hear us, but I can see you.
Hey, Evan. Can you hear us?
How you guys doing?
There he is.
This has been a trail of, man, we've been trying to get you in for a while. I've really been wanting to talk to you. And it's great to have you on. It's great that you're able to connect with us. Excellent.
That's my bad. The Zoom was acting up last week on me.
That's
I couldn't
okay.
get it sorted out.
It happens. Listen, you know, it's even just scheduling. I know we've been going back and forth for like 6 months, I think.
Oh yeah.
And that happens. I mean, you're a busy guy. Anybody who follows you, or they should be following you, to see your schedule of what you do. You go and I tell people, I said, you know, you polish big rigs. I mean, we do little stuff. You're doing giant trucks.
You must have arms like Popeye. I mean, like these huge. Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
arms like telephone poles.
I'm 6'7", and lifting a grinder one armed is not an issue anymore.
Wow. Wow. And I know how that, I mean, I used to polish in the old days. So I had the long metal polishers. And getting out of bed the next morning, I'd leave my arms there.
Yeah, they're about 12 pounds. So working with them for 10, 12 hours in a day wears your arms out pretty quick for
I'm
sure.
Sure. But you got the one-handed routine down pat, like along the trunk of the car. You're like, taking a sip of water or something and just going along with one hand. I know I was there for a little while, but not for long.
So, you know, Evan, now that since I mentioned it, and let me tell people, first of all, they can call in and speak with you at 516-572-7440, or you can follow us on Facebook, which is Motormouth Radio. It's also on X, and on Instagram, we're real_Motormouth Radio. And we post, this show will also go up on YouTube, 2 YouTube channels, Motormouth Radio and Motormouth Video. Motormouth Video only beat out Motormouth Radio this week by 2 views. Wow. So they're catching up.
Dang.
They're still pitiful.
That's awesome.
They're pitiful, but they're catching up. So, and now the reason I mention it is, and people don't seem to understand this. Evan is on with us virtually. He's on a Zoom feed. So you can call 516-572-7440 and ask Evan a question. You can speak with him real time like you speak with us. So if you have a polishing question or concern, like I know I do, you can call and talk to the man himself. So
also you can text if you don't feel like calling.
Right.
You can text us at 203-670 4127, and I will do my best to weave that question into the conversation as we're having it in real time.
Yeah.
So yeah. So Evan, I mean, when was the last time we spoke? We spoke like it was years ago.
A while ago.
I feel like it was a year, maybe a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
My show seasons all run together. It gets crazy for me, so it's hard to it's hard to keep track.
I'll put pictures up and people can see this. The thing that got me, people say, well, how'd you find that guest? Look, there's many, many ways. I could write an article on it. But I was at the shop that I do work for, and they actually, it's a body shop. They do towing. And I was trying to clean the wheels, polish the wheels on my car, and none of the polishes I had were doing it. They just weren't cutting through the grunge, I guess, on the chrome. And my buddy said, "Hey, you know what? We bought this stuff to use on the flatbed wheels. It was this stuff, this beauty stuff right here, right? It's time to shine aluminum polish."
Yes.
And he had like a half bottle. He says, "Take this, try it." Well, I was blown away. I mean, immediately, with little effort and almost no work, that stuff. And I said, "That's it. What is this stuff?" Get on the website, and I start buying stuff. I've been buying product. I bought a lot of products, and I like to use them. So, first of all, that's the testimonial I have. That stuff works. And another friend of ours, Vince, who's a trucker, he said, "Well, yeah, he goes, it's a petroleum-based product. That's why it worked so well." And I didn't know anything about polish formulations. What do I know? But I said, "Yeah, I did smell that. I caught the smell." And when I was in my garage using it, I realized, like, yeah, it's the garage is starting to smell pretty petroleum. And then I watch you on your social media channels, and you're wearing respirators and masks. Like, no wonder why. So, if you want to give us a little backstory as to how this stuff came about and why it works so well, please do.
Sure. So I worked with a bunch of different companies in the past, and they were creating products, and I was helping them develop their businesses. And the last business that I parted ways with, I just decided the only way to hold the products that I sell in my shop accountable was to develop my own. So we met with chemists, sat down, told them the things I liked and that I didn't like, simply because all the products that I sell, I use in my own shop. So I wanted to make sure that the stuff I was using in my shop worked, and I didn't want to make work harder on myself or my employees, right? Like everybody thinks just because I own the business and I own this big detailing line that I don't work anymore. I'm still holding a grinder 3, 4, or 5 days a week. Every other week, it seems like most weeks it's 5 days a week, but some I get back to 3 because I got to be in the office and sell product too. But so I wanted products that were going to be able to work and still work efficiently and get the job done and hold up so that my customers were getting a quality product as well.
Right.
So we sat down and formulated a bunch of different recipes of products that worked and that we knew were going to work, because we travel along to the trade shows as well. Louisville in the beginning of the year starts our show season the end of March, and then it goes all the way until not this coming weekend, but the weekend after is my final show of the season, and that's at it used to be Atlanta Motor Speedway, but now it's Echo Park Speedway. We actually put semis out on the track down there at the Speedway. If you guys saw my videos from that last year, there's also a custom car, bike, and Jeep show all at the same time inside, and we put everybody out on the track that wants to pay to donate to the charity. But on my detailing product side, the petroleum-based metal polishes work so much better because it's creating a chemical reaction. It's taking a lot of the scrubbing and the arm work out of you having to build heat. Where if you had a water-based product, you'd have to scrub a lot harder to build a lot more heat. Whereas there's only like 2 or 3 states you can't sell it to. Now I can sell it to the border right next to that state, and you can drive across state lines and bring it back in legally with all the requirements on it. So a lot of companies want to be able to sell to all 50 states.
Sure.
For me, it was more about putting out a quality product and making sure the industry was using the same thing I was using versus putting out something that I could sell to every state. I didn't necessarily have to sell to California to stay relevant and sell product. So I just made sure that we didn't ship to California, and we made sure we put all the right warning labels on the bottles and just shipped off the way we needed to. But yeah, we use all that product right in our own shop every day, and we get lots of great free feedback.
Yeah, and I read up on it, and then when I used it, the stuff, I said, wow, Chris, this is what happens after you use this. This is what you end up with. You end up with like pads and
Oh yeah.
you know.
Can
And
I
my
have
question,
to laugh?
I have a question. I want to know if there is a way to clean these, or should I just let them keep getting black?
The
I
terry
noticed.
towels are a consumable. You should definitely throw them away. But the pads, you can use them for a while. I always tell everybody they'll get crusty. Just kind of shake them out, slap them on a countertop a time or two to kind of break that stuff loose. Those will work for till the foam wears out.
Evan, I actually waxed my wife's car yesterday with your product.
Really?
Yesterday. And I swear she came out of the house and saw the job and was like, oh my gosh, it's a totally different car. Like literally, she was
That's
just
awesome.
amazed. And I had to laugh because I was planning on waxing the car anyway. And I grabbed a couple of my canned stuff and I opened it up. I haven't opened up this canned stuff in like 10 years. There's this huge fault running down the center of the paste.
Simonized red is what it is. It's
right. So I just tossed it aside and I said, you know what? Evan sent me some stuff. I bought some stuff from his company.
Yeah.
Let me try it. Let me give it a shot.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I did.
I like hearing that.
And it was real. You know what I liked about it is I didn't use the machine to put the wax on. I'll use a machine with compound. I just won't use a machine with wax. So what I did was I wet a rag, dampened a rag, and just used it a little bit. I went a light coat across the hood, down the sides, over the roof. But I noticed something about it that I found interesting. It was a little harder to take off. Not a lot, but a little harder. And I always felt if it's harder to take off, it's going to leave a stronger finish. And that's what, because you could take like you could let J-Wax kit wax, dust, harden, and then you could just wipe it off with a rag and it's fine. But it doesn't last that long.
So
it's not getting a good bond.
What product were you using, Chris? From Time to Shine,
the Time to Shine wax.
the wax.
The ceramic spray wax.
Yeah.
Yep. I have this ceramic sealer, and I got to, the directions are so small on the side of the thing. I got to read it again.
So the beautiful thing about that product is you see that little QR code on the bottle?
Yes.
You can scan that little QR code and it will take you to a private YouTube link.
Oh, good.
And it will show you exactly how to use every one of my products. And I made sure all those videos because I wanted my customers and my friends to be able to understand how to use the product correctly. That ceramic spray wax, I have struggled getting the custom car guys to use it. I will go to a car show and I'll take my own personal car and I'll spray it down a ceramic at the show. And I'll use maybe 10 sprays to do the entire car. 10 sprays. That sounds ridiculous, but it will coat the entire car with 10 sprays. Wow. And guys will sit next to me and they'll have their cars parked for the weekend. And they're like, you're not going to re-wipe it down tomorrow? I said, no, the dust isn't going to be stuck to it because that ceramic actually bonds to the paint. Now, the guys that you're using the spray waxes, they'll come back the next morning, pollen covered on the entire paint. And I'll tell them, you should try the ceramic spray wax. I don't know. I've been using this spray wax, this stuff for years. I'm like, yeah, you wiped it on, wiped it off. It took 2 seconds. I understand the easeability of it, but that ceramics sealant works exactly the same. Just you don't have to soak it down like you would with your quick detailer that you've been using for years.
Right. So I have a product of yours I've been using, and I don't know if it was intended for this, but the product is the glass sealant, this beautiful blue color glass sealant, right? Well, I found that my cell phone, as I use it at the shop, sometimes my hands are blacker than the ace of spades, and the phone gets dirty, and I always clean it. I clean it with eyeglass cleaner, and what do you call it? The wipes, the eyeglass wipes.
The alcohol wipes, yeah.
I would do that. No, just a dry, lens tissue. Tissue. So I would use some lens cleaner, lens tissue, but the phone gets dirty. I started after that just putting a couple drops of this on it. And I'll tell you something. I show people, I say, take my phone. I said, just swipe my phone. And they're like, my God, what the hell is on there? How come I'm like, it's just this product I use. I put in a little eyedropper bottle. I said, it is, I don't know if it was intended for that, but now the phone stays so much more impervious to my greasy fingers for, I'll get almost a week out of it. I'm like, that's
so it wasn't meant for that, but it does work for that because your phone screens are made out of the same glass, right? So I always tell people, don't let your wife get a hold of it because especially if you've got stainless steel appliances in your house, it will actually keep your fingerprints from sticking to that stainless steel. And once she gets a hold of it, she'll never switch to anything else ever again.
Yeah. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah. So I mean, I love it when a line of products is you can use it for multiple things, and not only that, but it works. And every single thing I've gotten from this company from Time to Shine is just phenomenal. So, it's I can't say enough. Can't say enough.
You know, in the times of where everything is going up in price, and I always have this conversation with my chemists every year. They talk to me at the beginning of every year. The cost of goods are going up. The raw materials are going up. And I reiterate to my chemists every year, if you call me and tell me that the cost of something has to go up or you've got a replacement for it, don't. I would rather raise the price per bottle $1 or $2 to compensate the cost of it going up than water it down or change the product from what it is. I don't, like I said, I use all these products in my shop and I want to maintain this high level for, as you guys have seen, some of these top of the line show trucks I deal with, some of them are $2 million trucks, right?
Mm.
So I don't ever want to water my product down because something went up in cost. I would rather eat it on my end, whether it be a smaller margin or if I have to at some point in time, raise the price a little bit to accommodate. And I would rather sell a more expensive quality product than sell a watered down cheap product.
That's what happens. We have these conversations with friends and colleagues, and we say, everybody complains, everything goes up. We're all consumers, so we all get hit by it.
Sure.
And I've told guys, we've had a conversation like that, and I said, hey, listen, why wouldn't you pay a little more for the product you've been using that you love and you know that it does the right job? Now you're ready to jump ship and go buy something else because it's cheaper. Well, now you may be downgrading in quality. Why not just pay for it? Well, because now they're taking advantage. These arguments go back and forth. I say, no, I don't think you're looking at it the right way. I think, if the cost goes up, we know the cost goes up with everything, and we have to absorb it. So at least if you're getting what you're paying for, you're ahead of the game than if you're saving a few bucks, but now it's not doing the job that you expect it to. So we're with you.
Yeah, we've been really fortunate that since our product line grew so much over the last few years, I've been able to buy the raw materials in bigger bulk, which has saved us cost on that end. So even though the cost of the product itself went up, I was able to purchase in larger amounts. So it offset each other, and we really we didn't increase any of our products, to be honest.
And it's funny because you explain it that way, and there's a reason for the cost, if there is a cost adjustment. So it's a lot of, I would say most of the consumers will go, okay, the product isn't being compromised, but yeah, it's going to cost $1 or $2 more, whatever it is. And you're aware of it and try to keep the price down and buy things in bulk to be a little bit more proactive. So it helps. It helps to explain it away, and it's not going in your pocket, quote unquote,
Yeah. We have to make margin to keep the employees fed and keep them from going somewhere else. But at the same time, I'm not out here building $1 million mansions and driving around in Lamborghinis. So,
so let me throw something out there to you. This is in my own garage. My car had been over the last year repainted again. There was an issue that had needed some body work. The whole car got repainted. So now it had been sitting in the garage. I was doing another project on it, and I hadn't been able to recoat it with the ceramic stuff. So it got dusty. And the question was, all right, now how do I clean this car? People say, well, you just use a spray detailer on it, wipe it. I'm like, I don't want to do that. The car is kind of dusty. And
damn.
All right, so I'll just cut to the chase. I had it at the shop yesterday, and they had bought a new foam machine, which is really cool. And I foamed the car. I foamed it, rinsed it, and chamoised it, and it was fine. So I'm going to use it. I had bought 2 foam guns from your company that I'm going to use. I'm going to get my own dedicated little, I think a little sprayer for it, though. So now it's time to coat it. And I think the thing to use is, it's not the ceramic sealer, right? Is there a product to use before the ceramic sealer?
Are you talking about the one that goes in the foam cannon?
Well, that's the wash, right? I know I have a wash, and I had like was it a pre-rinse or a
ceramic foam? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is a very, very unique product. I was one of the first people to put this product out. There's now been, it's funny, like I'm still a small enough company. I see all the orders come through my desk. So I see a lot of the bigger companies purchasing this product to try to reverse engineer it. And a bunch of people have tried to release a ceramic foamable product, but they're releasing a bunch of polymer ones, which is fine too. Polymers hold up pretty well and they give you a decent gloss. So what I would recommend for you to use in a small house location would be to get yourself on Amazon, find one of those small electric pressure washers. Greenworks has a really nice one. They're usually about 150, 200 bucks. I use it here in my shop. We run it all the time and I love it. It works. It has more than enough pressure for what I'm trying to do. I don't need anything with a ton of water flow because I'm not out here deep detailing old trucks that I pulled out of the scrapyard. I'm working on my nice stuff. But get yourself a nice cheap electric. And then if you got two foam cannons and one foam cannon, put about I always tell everybody 1 finger's width of pink soap and the rest water. It dilutes down really strong. Our pink soap is a detoxifying soap. So when you foam it on, it actually pulls into the paint and pulls the impurities out of the paint. It helps detox that paint. After you get it all fully washed, then you take the other foam cannon and do the same thing. 1 finger's worth of the ceramic foam rinse. We call it the CFR. And then fill it the rest of the water. Now you need two separate foam cannons because that ceramic will actually bond inside of the foam cannon as well. So it'll actually seal the plastic up on the inside. So you foam that on just like you were foaming the car. It's going to come out kind of like milk. It almost looks like the hot wax at the end of your car wash. If you've ever gone through those automated car washes, that hot wax that it puts on at the end. But you're going to watch instantaneously. It makes it hydrophobic. So that ceramic will actually push its way through the water that's still on your car and bond to your paint. It's that aggressive and that strong. And once it's fully on there, you just take that pressure washer back to rinse and just rinse it off completely. Make sure you rinse it. Don't let it dry because if it dries, it'll actually harden. You'll actually leave ceramic bead spots on your paint because it'll harden that hard. Rinse it off really good and you'll have a ceramic bond on it. After it's completely dry, if you want to put an extra layer on, you can use the ceramic sealer. But most of our semis, the reason why we designed the ceramic foam was because most of our semi guys don't have time to fully wipe down their truck every weekend. But when they wash on the weekends, they can just foam this on and rinse it off. And it's like wiping their truck down on the weekend. And for the guys that have really hard water, it helps make the water bead off so that they don't leave water spots on everything.
So after you apply the pink soap with the water, with the can, I guess if the car isn't really dirty, it's not really necessary to use any kind of a brush or scrub it. Just literally foam it on and rinse it off.
Okay, yeah. If your car's not like I said, straight out of a scrapyard where there's a ton of stuff on it, you could spray it on and rinse it right off. I do that with my car just about every week.
Okay. So now Evan, we share also another group of, we have Venn diagrams of who we know, what we do. There's another group of guys that I'm involved with, and this question came up. It's how to clean.
I was a drummer. I was a drummer.
As well as me and my friend Rick, a bunch of us are drummers. But I purchased a couple of cymbals recently, actually from a Goodwill store out in the Midwest. And I said, yeah, it's a good deal. And I bought them. And one of them is really kind of ugly. It's got some, I don't know, it's almost like discoloration, almost to the green side. And I said, wow, what do you clean? Because it's like a brass cup. Cymbals are all sorts of different alloys. And I wonder if you can explain to us what the best way is to clean your cymbals.
Wow.
So the beautiful thing about cymbals is they're a softer metal than aluminum. So you can actually take that same exact aluminum polish and clean that cymbal. I use it on mine for what it's worth. And if your cymbal is so bad that it's starting to turn like bluish green, what I do is I take 4/0 steel wool. That's the 40 steel wool. Squirt some of the Time to Shine aluminum polish into it and just start working that in, and that petroleum will actually break down the green. And then once you get through it, you can go back to a cotton terry pad and finish it out and bring it right out to a high gloss. I mean, I've had guys ship me cymbals that we've run on a buffer. You can go crazy and do like an 8-inch buff with a brown and green compound and polish them back out to absolute mirrors if you want showstoppers. But that hand polish will clean them up absolutely perfect. They'll shine them right up. It's pretty amazing.
I don't know what your choice of cymbal is. This is this happens to be.
Zildjian. Yeah, you might as well. If you're gonna go, you might as well go Zildjian.
I need this in the studio. I need to mount a little arm, off my mic, so I can just do a cymbal.
A rim shot.
Yeah, right. Well, I need a snare. Yeah, we can do that too. But that's the beauty of a company like Time to Shine that has all these products you can use. Like I said, like I found on my cell phone, that wasn't the instruction sheet, but I said, hey, I think this is going to work. And yeah, sure as heck, it does work. And there you go, with cymbals. And I might even take it to the, to the lugs on the drums too. Maybe polish up the lugs in the, the head
Evan,
rings.
I got to ask a question. There's something that always bothers me, and you always see it on a whole bunch of newer cars with alloy wheels. The brake dust that literally embeds itself into the finish. Do you have a product that can clean that without compromising the coating on the wheels themselves?
Absolutely. So this is one of those products that it took us quite a while. It's called iron remover. And we label all of our products exactly what they are to keep it simple for the consumer. If you're looking to get rid of the iron from your disc brakes, what do you get? You buy iron remover. You're not buying Tommy's Super Slick Finish, big old name on it, right? But our iron remover, same as our petroleum-based products, this one stinks. It smells like rotten eggs. I wish there was a way around it. My chemist, when he and I were developing it, he said, listen, I can either make it smell good and it kind of works, or it's going to stink and it's going to really work. I said, I would rather it stinks and really works. Yeah. So it smells like rotten eggs, but it works phenomenally. So you spray it on, let it sit and soak a minute. Spray a second coat on, it's going to start bleeding. It's going to turn like a real dark purple, but it's going to look like it's bleeding. Once it starts bleeding really heavy, you can hit it with a brush or hit it with a mitt, whatever you're going to wash it with, and then just wash it off and wash it like you normally would. But it's going to get in there and actually break down the metal and pull the metal off of your coating.
Wow. Yeah, because some cars are really, really bad. People just ignore them, like crazy. But yeah,
because nothing really. I mean, no topical sprayer will work where you can spoon it out with a rag. Unlike what you're saying, that's basically how it is. There's no rubbing, there's no buffing as far as to remove the stuff. It's gonna run right off when you hose it down.
Right. As long as it's not super embedded into the material, you can spray it on and just rinse it off if it's a light application. On the vehicles that have been like brake dusted for years that are just really cooked on there, it'll take a couple of applications and a little bit of brushwork with what do they call those? Wheel woolies. I think they call them wheel woolies. You use a wheel woolly on it, it'll take it right off. I've had some pretty nasty vehicles through here, like semis, the inside wheels on a semi where they're right up against that brake drum. Before we go to polish them, we actually spray that stuff right on and it comes right off.
Wow.
Yeah, I would imagine it on cars with this, style wheels in the curves and in the corners. That's where you got to get the brush and get in there. Because even when I do my family cars that don't get built up badly, the stuff will come right off. You still have to get in there and work it a little bit. But there's a number of products in the stores that foam brushes and tapered ones, and I use an old sponge and get in there. Whatever works.
Those wheel woolies are the best thing.
Yeah. BMW should give one of your bottles to every new BMW being sold. Yeah. I've seen they're atrocious. I've seen some of them where the front wheels are black when the back wheels are not.
It's a brake pad material. It's
and it's just, why on BMWs it's just such an offense is beyond me.
Yeah, it's because we all drive way faster than we should when we're in our BMW.
Yeah, right. I guess all of us. Yeah, I guess.
I didn't mind, but it was a 40-year-old car at the time.
Well, yeah, me too, for sure.
Yeah, I kept mine under the limit because parts would fly off it. I had a 1980 5 Series.
Really?
Yeah, I loved it. I really did. It was a great car, but yeah, it was definitely moody.
Oh man.
So what else is moody is the station management. They make sure that I do a mandatory break at the bottom of the hour, which I will do now.
Okay.
So let me tell everyone. Well, let's look at our weather. We'll look outside the WHPC weather window, and
What do you see, Ray?
Our weather forecast is powered by Pantano's Gourmet with locations in Hewlett and Uniondale. And today, it's a mix of cloud and sun, high of 58, which to me was top-down weather. It was topless weather because I drove the Fiat with the top down today.
Wow.
Partly cloudy, 41 tonight. Tomorrow, a few afternoon showers. Maybe that's when I'll go out and ceramic coat my car in the garage. High 56, more clouds and doings at night. So that's, but it's a nice day. Get out there and pumpkin pick or apple pick or do something or drive your car. And I must tell people that we have a contest on the station. You can win a $100 gift card to Uncle Bacala's Italian Seafood and More, my favorite Italian place, just for downloading and using the free WHPC app. Listen to WHPC anytime, anywhere, and register to win that $100 gift card inside the HPC app. Uncle Bacala's Italian Seafood and More is located at 23-70 Jericho Turnpike in Garden City Park. Can't miss it, and don't miss it. Go in there. And the WHPC app, of course, is located in your Google Play or Apple App Store. Good luck from the voice of Nassau Community College and the free WHPC app, which begs us to ask the question, Chris, do we have an honor group of the hour today?
Yes, we do, Ray. And I'm laughing because John Whitehead just texted us at 203-670-4127. He says, does Evan have a product to protect the wheel after the after the decon with the iron remover? So that's a question we'll answer after the break.
I got you.
Please. But right now, the Motor Mouth Radio Honor Group of the Hour, classic car owners that will not use their sun visors. Classic car owners don't use their sun visors because they're either too brittle to touch or flop down like a loose hinge from a 50s screen door. Half the classic car sun visors are cracked, faded, or smell faintly like old cigarettes. The other half are just purely decorative. And honestly, the only thing they're blocking these days is your hope of ever finding an original replacement that actually works as they're supposed to. And if you're like me, sun visors take the place of many storage facilities, like with a bevy of auto parts, receipts, a pack of gum, assorted pencils, a small screwdriver, and maybe a mini mag light. So if you've never used the sun visor in a manner in which they were intended, like blocking the glare from a low-hanging sun, then you are part of the Motor Mouth Radio Honor Group of the Hour this week. There you go.
Very good. All right. Well, keep it where you got it. We'll be back in just about a minute and a half. We'll take care of a little business here, and we'll be back with Motor Mouth Radio with Ray Guarino, Chris Switzer, and Mr. Evan Steger from Time to Shine. Keep it where you are, 90.3 WHPC.
Car not running right? Let the Motor Mounts help you out at 516-572-7440.
This show on 90.3 WHPC is brought to you by CarStar Celebrity Chase Collision, with 2 locations in Limerick and Oceanside, who remind you that New York state law says you always have the right to choose which shop will fix your car. CarStar Celebrity Chase Collision offers a full range of services, 24-hour towing between Montauk and Manhattan, shuttle service, and they can help you with a rental car arrangement if needed. All repairs include the CarStar Lifetime Nationwide Warranty, ensuring that the experts at Celebrity Chase Collision are always on your side.
Y sí, hablamos español.
More information is available at 516-593-0920 or online at celebritychasecollision.com.
Okay, Mark Warman here from Graveyard Cars, hanging out with my buddies at, what's the name of it again?
Motor Mouth Radio.
Hey, Mark Warman here from Graveyard Cars, hanging out with my friends at Motor Mouth Radio. Sunday morning, I don't know what this fat bald guy's laughing about. You'll forget stuff soon enough too, my friend. Be sure to listen. When are you guys on? 10 a.m.?
Sundays at noon.
Noon on Sundays.
Excellent. This was
no, you got the promo for the best one was the first one. That's why I was because you said, what was the name of this again? That's the promo.
What better presentation could you do than that?
Hey, you, get over here. Every Sunday, 12 to 1, you are going to tune in to hear the Motor Mouths, my friends Ray Guarino and Chris Switzer. 90.3 FM, WHPC. You might learn something.
Yeah, it's easy when you know what you're going to say, but sometimes you don't, like this, because you're on Motor Mouth Radio. But we do have to say, we're going to go to the phones. We have a caller. We're going to say, hi, caller, you're on with the Motor Mouths and Evan.
Well, hello, Evan. John Whitehead,
How's-
following up on my text.
What's up, John?
Following up, huh?
Because
Ray,
one
we
wasn't
went
good
down
enough.
this path- Ray, we went down this path last year when I was trying to get the barrels of the Corvette that I bought with, it was just over 12,000 miles. It was a 18-year-old car. But I don't think they ever deconned the inside, the barrels of the wheels.
Okay. Oh, yeah. The inside the rim, you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No,
That's
nobody.
what-
Listen. Yeah, people
Evan,
don't take the
correct
wheels
me
off.
if
And
I'm wrong.
no.
It's the barrel.
Okay.
Right.
Gotcha. All right.
But
Yep.
yeah,
Everybody wants to do the outside. Nobody wants to pull them off and do the inside.
Well, and to the defense of the car company, some of those wheels, like I've had wheels where you can get your hand in, and I always do, and I'll run around. Of course, it's tough when you get to the brake caliper, but some of them you can't get your hands in. There's too many spokes, or they're too close. So
yeah, and what Evan suggested earlier, wheel woolies.
Have you used those, John?
I'm sorry?
Have you used that product, Wheel Woolies?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely works great, and it gets all of the brake dust out. But as the brake dust sits there over time, it's going to rust.
Yeah, right.
And Evan, correct me if I'm wrong, there's hot pieces of iron that are getting flung into the barrel of the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly it. That's why we call it the iron remover, is because it's removing that iron from the wheel. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, but is there a product, because I've been putting, ceramic coatings, graphene, and I'll pull the wheels in the spring and just coat them. They clean so much easier.
Yeah, honestly, that's the best solution. Is once you get them really clean and down to that fresh surface again, if you put the ceramic sealer or a ceramic or a graphene product, whatever your favorite product is, put it on there, and that'll put a good base down so that next time you go to clean it, the stuff won't be impregnated and burnt back into your coatings again.
And hey, John, when you use that product, I think you should put this, just have this on in the background, so you know that you're going to be doing the job right. Just Evan knows where I'm going, right? There you go. And get that woolly, get that scrubby out there, right? And your neighbors will say, "What the heck is that guy doing now?"
He's removing iron. He's on it.
Just
and you know that the beautiful thing is have you ever seen like a white car sitting in a parking lot that has those little orange speckles all over it?
Yes. Sure. Yes.
That's from the same thing. It's the iron coming off of your brakes, or I think you guys are out in the East Coast, New York City, New York, somewhere out that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in New York, when you're in that traffic, and if you're doing 55 mile an hour, even the vehicle in front of you can be throwing iron as far back as you coming off of their brakes when they hit the brakes. So when that stuff's landing on your paint, I do a full detox. Every vehicle I own is white. So I do a full detox every spring just to get in Wisconsin here. We got pretty rough winters and everybody's hard on their brakes. So I will actually use iron remover on the paint just to get all of the iron out of the paint to re-ceramic seal it every spring.
Nice.
And it goes on super easy. I just mist it on, let it sit and start bleeding, and then I wash the car like normal, hit it with my pink soap, and then I like to mitt all mine. I use a nice wash mitt, hand wash them real good. That first one in spring, it'll take all of that stuff off, and now you got a fresh surface to work with all over again.
Evan, here's another question that came up yesterday. What's your choice for drying the car?
So I actually sell a twisted loop drying towel. For me personally, the twisted loop drying towels are the best. Chamois, that old what is it, lambskin.
Right.
The only problem with the lambskin ones is if you didn't wash it 100% perfect, those little bits of contaminants that are still on your paint sitting in that water when you're going to dry it will actually stick into that lambskin and scratch your paint as you're going across. Now you may not see it, it may not be a big scratch, but micro scratches is one of the main things that dulls your paint. It's those scratches that you can't see that makes it look foggy, and that's why you got to lead to a buffer and eventually have to buff all those micro scratches out to get it back to a nice gloss, right? But a twisted loop drying towel, those contaminants that are in the water actually get soaked up to the top of the fabric and closer to the towel and not out on the edges of the fabric. So Twisted loop is the best way to go. And honestly, I just set the towel on and pull it, and it'll be dry in one swipe. So if you're working on, let's say, an SUV where there's water up on the roof, I can throw it over my head and just pull it, and I don't even have to look and see where I'm going. I know the towel's going to drag it all off.
Well, that's one product I haven't bought yet, but it's one I'm going to later on. That's for sure, because I need one of those. So that's good.
And they last a long time. One towel will last you a lifetime, seriously.
Good to know.
We have another question, another text at 203-670-4127. It's Joe the Undertaker. Wants to know if anything to deal with a Jeep sandblasted windshield other than a glass cleaner.
You know, that Rob just asked me before. He said his wiper, one of his wiper blades degraded, and he got a little scratch, and what to do about it. So,
great question.
Any info on
So
that?
I tell everybody, if you're familiar with buffing paint or anything like that, diamond paste is probably the best thing you could do for your glass. Once you get it diamond paste polished, it's a super simple process. It just takes time, and you would think you'd break glass putting a ton of pressure on it, but that's not how it works. Take yourself like a random orbital buffer. Super simple. Get yourself one of those, we call them Euro wool. It's URO wool pads. Slap it on the end of that thing, and you can go right on Amazon, order up diamond glass polishing paste. You put a couple dabs on there and just buff it just like you would do your paint. And you can polish out all them little nicks, dings, and imperfections. It's a time-consuming process. It's not going to be a simple 30-minute fix. This is going to be a 3 to 4 hour fix if you're going to do your entire windshield. But you can make an old windshield look brand new with that diamond polishing paste. And then when you're done, keep it covered with our glass sealant. And that glass sealant actually puts a thin layer of ceramic coating on your glass, which is why the water beads off so well. But it also protects it from those stone chips and cracks a lot more because it's actually putting a coating over the top of the glass.
Evan, does it work the same for like headlight covers as well? Would you use diamond paste on those?
Yeah, are you talking about the plastic ones or the old glass ones?
Either.
The old glass materials. Yeah, the old glass ones that'll work really well on. The diamond paste is actually too aggressive for the plastic ones. If you're going to do plastic ones, I recommend using like a rubbing compound or something like that and taking your time and buffing it real slow. But the only thing you got to remember on them plastic ones is they have a UV coating on them, and the UV coating failing is usually what turns them yellow and foggy. So if you are going to buff your plastic headlights, make sure that you put a coating back over the top of it, whether you go online and find like a graphene or a ceramic coating, put a coating back over the top of it. Because if you don't put a coating back on it, your light bulb on the inside will actually turn it back yellow again, because if there's no UV coating on it, the sun and your headlight will both turn them back yellow and foggy all over again, and you'll be doing it more often. Whereas if you just put a coating on it, it'll probably last another 3 to 5 years before you got to do it again.
That's amazing.
What do you think about that, John? I know you're still on the line.
John's still there.
The internet packet's scattered somewhere, but I got lost with.
Gotcha.
Does Evan have a recommended heat-resistant product to put on the wheel?
Yeah, my ceramic sealant is definitely by far the most heat resistant. Like I said, it can once you get the wheel off, get it clean really well, dry it off, let it get completely dry, and then soak it down with the ceramic sealant, and then just regular washes is gonna keep it nice for a long time.
Yeah, well, maintenance is key on anything, but
right,
you know, the guy that had the car before me, the brake dust was like Lawrence of Arabia couldn't have made it through that dust.
I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
You know, even after I got them off and scrubbed them down, I was like, yeah, the inside of, and they're aluminum wheels, but they were clear coated.
Mm-hmm.
And okay.
Yeah, the clear coat was non-existent.
Right.
You know, I was going to say that iron will actually eat away at the clear coating and eventually push it right off the wheel. Yeah. So if the coating's gone, the best thing you could do is take some of that time to shine aluminum polish if the coating's gone and just scrub it down with that. Because once you get it shiny, The shiny will actually repel a lot of the dust itself too, because it won't have nothing to stick to. And then the iron remover actually doesn't affect the aluminum polish at all. It won't wreck the shine at all.
Nice.
I gotcha. I took drastic names and I went, the car's got 12,000 miles on it. And, Ray recommended a wheel refurbishment outfit that I took all the wheels off the car, dumped them in, and yeah, they're pristine. They'll stay that way, but you gotta,
You got to do maintenance, right? Yeah, you're on the right track, John. I think you'll be okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
I'm okay. You're okay.
All right. Well, thanks for the call, John. We appreciate it, and check out Evan's site. You'll love the stuff.
Evan, I was looking up at what is your website to buy product?
It's GoShineOn.com. What are you going to do?
Okay,
You're going to go shineon.com.
Right.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I looked up Time to Shine, and I remember Ray from a previous show. It was time number 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shine products. Yep.
Yeah. I've been talking about it for a couple of years, so yeah, you heard it. Right. All right, John. Well, happy shopping, John, and we'll talk to you soon.
You got it. Evan, great. Hope you'll be back soon.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right, John. Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, John.
You can be like John and call us at 516-572-7440 and get it in the fun, and we can talk about this stuff. So, there's so many different aspects, and like John said, people do abuse cars. They don't really clean them. And a lot of people, especially the leasing cars, they don't care. They just want to get past without having to be charged for any dents or things. But the enthusiasts, we're a different bunch. Different bunch of bananas. So, we like to keep stuff looking nice. So
speaking of bananas,
yeah.
I got some exciting news for you.
Ooh.
I know the aluminum polish is one of your more favorite products.
It is.
And I know the petroleum smell is something that you had mentioned on the last time I was on here. But we have actually been testing a non-scented petroleum, full strength petroleum, which was really difficult to source and find. But once the smell was completely gone and the product was still working, I felt like something was missing. And most of the time when you scent products, you have to introduce an oil to them. And as soon as you put oil in them, they don't work as well anymore. So we have actually figured it out, and we're actually formulating it right now. Our next batch of aluminum polish is going to smell like the old juicy fruit, almost like a nice banana. So it's going to go from petroleum smelling really rough to almost like eating some juicy fruit bubble gum. It's going to be pretty sweet.
I've used products like that had a strawberry scent or a cherry scent, and it's always kind of cool when you get that whiff. Like, oh, that's nice. That's kind of cool. So our good friend Tony was just asking me. I sent him a picture of the products I have here, and he was asking me if it was a kit, and I said, no, I bought these individually. Do you put things together in kit form for people?
Yeah, so we actually do have full kits. I go to a lot of these trade shows, and I listen to the customers very closely. My sister works in my office here. She hears things all the time. My wife and my kids go to the shows with me, and they listen to customers as well. So every year we sit down and we talk about what did the customer ask for, and kits was always one of those big things. We have all kinds of different kits. We have a detail caddy kit. It comes with a wood crate caddy with a bottle opener on the side that holds 8 products. That one is a
opener, huh? But last time I looked at your products, they were flip top things. They weren't wondering what's going on here.
What are you doing when you're out at a car show? You got to have a bottle of root beer, right? So
yes,
you got to be able to pop that thing open. So it holds 8 products. It's completely tight and sealed. So if any of your products end up leaking, even if it's not one of our products, if it's somebody else's that's leaking in there, it's not going to end up all over on the carpet in your trunk.
Nice.
We also have wash bucket kits, and then we have our full detail kits. So
cool.
Literally one of everything that we sell and market goes into a bucket and gets shipped right to your door.
Is that carrier available separately?
Yeah, so you can buy just the wood caddy if you wanted it and fill it full of your own products.
I think I do.
Yeah, and then if you
I got stuff in boxes and stuff, and I'm like always looking for it. So I think I need to organize. That's good, Aaron. I'm gonna do some shopping later on. That's good. And and you can even get these cool air fresheners, Chris.
Ooh,
Right? That's a cool.
They smell like juicy fruit, or they smell like Christmas
no,
trees?
We've got a bunch of different flavors of that, but our actual air freshener is cotton candy. It's something completely different. Our sprayable air freshener, but it's an actual enzyme eater. It's got little bugs inside of it that goes into your car and eats all the stuff that's making stink. So I always tell everybody, if you actually buy the cotton candy air freshener and you spray it in your car and you're like, man, that didn't last very long, it's because your car stunk really bad. And it's actually eating the things that stink in it. So the longer it lasts, the cleaner your car actually is. And those air fresheners are rechargeable. You can take my air freshener, spray it right on it, hang it back on the mirror again, and you're good to go.
Wow, awesome.
All right, so
Very cool.
let's go back to the phones. Let's go to the phones and the fun and say hi, caller. You're on with the Motor Mouths and Evan.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you?
Hey, Bob, what's going on?
Robert.
Boy, what a great program. I have the website right in front of me. It's just full of information.
Appreciate that.
Are you ready to start detailing or what?
It's
Well, you're ready to start using that bottle opener, maybe. And
Oh, if Tom calls.
Yeah, we know our audience. Don't worry.
So, congratulations on your endeavor, and Evan. Additionally, I'm surprised that no one's tried to buy you out.
I have had a few offers. That ceramic foam rinse was one of them. I won't name the big brand, but one of the big flagship companies had actually hit me up and asked me if they could purchase the recipe. First and foremost, I told them they wouldn't want it anyways because it has to be made in small batches. You can't make it in a big batch and still get it to work. But yeah, I've had a few offers to purchase out our product line, and for me personally, we're a small family operation. Like I said, my kids put the labels on the bottles. My sister works in the office here shipping products out every week. My wife makes the t-shirts that go with our apparel department, and I'm in the back working, grinding, and going to the shows and stuff.
Yeah.
So
And then what would you do? What would you do if you have nothing to do, right?
Right.
honestly, I joke around all the time. I think even if I hit the lottery, I'd still polish a couple days a week because I love it.
Yeah, right.
Right, and the thing is, if you have like a family heirloom, say there's a painting on the wall or there's a car in the garage, like I'm never going to sell that car. I'm never going to sell that painting. I admire you for what you're doing. You'll never sell this. You'll never sell this company out ever.
Nah, my girls are getting to that age. My oldest, she wants to get into beauty school, but my youngest, she loves every bit of this side of the business. She loves doing the media. She loves doing the marketing. I think she just turned 12 last week, and this summer she actually worked in my office. So if you saw some of the YouTube videos that I put out this year, my daughter was the one filming them. And this coming year, I'm going to teach her how to do the editing and uploading and stuff. So she's been having a good time going to the shows and shooting media with us.
Well, congratulations on that. Lastly, you had mentioned the drying cloth. So I'm on your site right now, and you had several different cloths here. Can you redirect me on the drying cloths?
Yep. Let me just search it up here real quick, and I can tell you exactly what it's labeled as. If you go in,
you had a few different kinds.
Yeah, we had a debate yesterday about drying, and Rick, he's a guy. He likes to use air. He likes to use a little air-powered blower to get it out of all the nooks and crannies. And then there's the chamois, and there's a lot of different thoughts on the process. But
yeah. So if you go in that search bar right up in the top and type in drying towels,
okay,
it'll pop right up. It's going to be a gray and blue towel. They're $20 a pop, but like I said, it's going to last you a lifetime. Yeah,
okay,
we just have it called drying towel if you go right in the search bar.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's different from it's different from your microfiber towel. Okay, got it.
Correct. Yeah, it's actually a twisted loop. So like I said, it soaks up so much water. When you go to try to get the water out of it, you need 2 men and an ox to try and twist that thing to get the water out of it. So I always tell everybody, just lay it over something and the water's going to run right out of it. It'll drip dry itself.
All right, last question. I'm not going to keep you. The water spots on a vehicle that has the factory clear coat on it. How do you, without getting crazy, water spots on a vehicle? Any suggestion?
We have an actual water spot remover. The best thing you can do is soak your paint down, let it sit, spray a second application on it, and just wipe it off with either just a soft microfiber or like our premium microfibers. Either one will work really well. It works exceptionally well on getting water spots off of glass. It also works on paint. Just don't let it get completely dry. You always want to keep it wet. So if you're going to work on a panel, work on one entire panel. The only thing I recommend is keeping the water spot remover away from bare aluminum. Once again, it's one of those things where we could make the product work really well and make it safe on all surfaces, or we could make it work exceptionally well and make it work really good on paint and glass.
All right. I think what happened was we lost Bob, but we picked up Tony. Tony, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Shoot. I'm sorry. Bob, I'm sorry. Our phones got kind of crossed up, but we switched guys. What do you got, Tony? What's happening?
Hey, what's going on? What's up, buddy? Hey, I've been listening, and one of the things I do, Ray, I work on the car all day.
Yes.
But I really don't like to clean them. And I was looking at your car yesterday, and I meant to ask you, I was running, like, what do you use to clean your car? Because that thing looks so good. So, and I was listening how you can just foam this stuff on, wipe it off, and I've been looking for a good product to use and to pass on to the people that come through my shop. So trust and believe, I'm going to be ordering some stuff from you.
Yeah,
and
like I said, my car's been in the garage. I've been doing another project on it, so it hasn't been out, but it was very dusty. And I used a foam cannon. I foamed it. Now, I didn't bring my stuff with me, so I didn't use Evan's products yesterday on my car, but I will follow up with the ceramic because I have that. I'll use the ceramic sealer on it.
The foam was good enough. Like, Jesus, Lord,
yes.
That didn't look so good.
Well, again, because that car wasn't out in the grime. I wasn't going down to BQE with it. I wasn't in Brooklyn and getting tractor trailer.
Like I do, right?
Like you do, right? So it didn't really need to be deep cleaned or scrubbed. It just needed to get the dust off, and I didn't want to scrub it. I didn't want to make any scratches, and that was it. So yeah. And I know that I had used Evan's product before. My car was repainted again, but before it was repainted, I had the ceramic sealer on it, and yeah, it stayed beautiful. It really did stay really, really nice, Tony. So yeah, this stuff it's not hard to use. It's very easy stuff to use. I'm not a cleaner. Chris is the cleaner. He loves to do that stuff. I'd rather go, give me a wrench. I'd rather change an intake or a cylinder head or something.
But it's important to have a cleaner that goes on easy, goes off easy. You don't want to, you want something that's durable, but still easy to apply. So I get it.
And the beautiful thing about that ceramic sealer is you spray it and you wipe it on. You don't have to wipe it off. The ceramic spray wax you have to wipe on, wipe off, but the actual ceramic sealer itself, you spray it on, wipe it on, and let it dry. Let it cure, and it'll cure out crystal clear, and it'll be perfect. If it's getting streaky, it means you're using too much of it. Less is more with that product.
I was going to say, I did learn from using your products when to use terry, when to use microfiber, and you don't, like people just use now microfiber on everything, and it's not the way to do it. And I don't remember the differences, but I know if you read the label, it'll tell you. So
yeah, so microfiber has actually got little bits of plastic in it. That's why you don't want to use it on your aluminum. Aluminum requires a different thing to get it clean and cut down on your elbow grease for sure.
Right.
Yes, and what caught my ear earlier also is the cymbals. Ray, I have that one cymbal I found in a garage sale. It's a nice Zildjian. And the sound that I want, but it's got the green, and I just can't get that stuff off. So I can't wait to use your stuff on that. Man.
Yep. All right, Tony, we got to run. We got to get out of here. So thanks for the call, and we'll talk to you soon.
You got it. Yep.
Thank you. All right. So long.
Thanks, Tony.
All right. And Evan, we're going to have to get out of here too. We have a hard end to this show, so we just have to get out because Kim is coming in with Thunder Road Best of Springsteen and the band. How do people find you, Evan? Throw it out there real quick for the folks.
Website's GoShineOn.com. YouTube channel is youtube.com/Evan Steger Metal Polishing. If you're on Instagram, it's Metal Polisher 3826. Facebook is Evans Detailing and Polishing. Super simple to find me. I'm literally everywhere. And my personal cell phone number is right on my Instagram. So if you hop on Instagram and you need to get a hold of me to ask a question, you're not getting an automated service, you're not getting anybody else, that phone number is coming directly to me.
And I'll post this stuff on our YouTube page and on Instagram by later today, tomorrow. Chris, what do I tell the people waiting for me outside looking at my chrome bumpers? What do I tell them?
Don't follow us home unless you have a good smell for the iron remover.
Yes. All right. So, fellas, thank you very much. For Chris Switzer, Ray Guarino, for Evan Steger, time to shine. Motormouth Radio over and out on 90.3 WHPC. See ya.
See you, bud.
Thanks, fellas.
This show on 90.3 WHPC is brought to you by CarStar Celebrity Chase Collision, with 2 locations in Limerick and Oceanside, who remind you that New York state law says you always have the right to choose which shop will fix your car.